Hi, hello, and welcome to the Zodiac Academy, Heartless Sky.
Part 1.
Nailed it.
I almost said Heartless Fae.
Okay.
I know we just did that.
You want to take it again?
No.
Or we can roll with it?
Yeah,
okay, great. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. So this is part 1, chapters 1 through 30 of book 7, Heartless Sky. I will get the name right by the end of this episode. All right, we're going to jump in.
I have no idea what this is in reference to, by the way, the title of this book.
Oh, okay, yeah. It hasn't come up. I'm guessing that they're just saying that, it's just because the stars are heartless.
That's a great call.
I'm guessing.
Sure.
You know? All right, so chapter 1 is from Darcy's POV. We literally pick up right where book 6 leaves off. Darius is currently MIA. The gang is dusting themselves off at Groose HQ.
Sure.
We get some new locales in this book that are quite interesting.
Well, we have left school officially because we finally given up
Can't
the
go
pretense of we're all a Zodiac.
Well, right, because now we know that Daddy Lionel has officially infiltrated school and...
Allow me. We are now officially in book 6 of Harry Potter, where Hogwarts has been taken over by Voldemort, and the Dumbledore's army and our trio can no longer be at school for fear of their own life.
Yeah, this is when we're wandering around and we have the magical tent that pops
and
up.
I'm so sorry. That's actually not book 5. That's later. That's actually book.
You said book 6.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I said 5. I thought I said 5. Either way. Regardless, this is your first of many Hogwarts alert in this book.
When I'm even calling it out, you know.
The Burrows.
Correct.
Come on.
That's what I said to you. We'll get there.
Come on.
All right. So the gang is dusting themselves off at Groose HQ, which I have decided that Hamish is officially Luna Lovegood's dad.
Yeah.
That is all I can see. That's the only person I'm casting. So sorry.
I don't see him as Luna Lovegood's dad in the movie, in the original movie. We're going to have to start referencing which we're talking about because, yes, but also because the new show is coming. We're going to have to start.
Correct.
Original movies, Luna Lovegood's dad is a little haunted. He's a little, not spooky, but he's definitely more very ethereal and
so with Luna.
Correct. But I don't think Hamish is that. Hamish is giving bear. I know he's not gay, but he's giving big bear energy.
Oh, okay.
I'm visualizing a bigger, more rotund guy, jolly fellow, a sweet giant.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, Geraldine is so tall. So I'm guessing her dad is very tall, a big guy as well.
Right. Okay. What you're describing to me is, why can't I remember his name? The groundskeeper.
Hagrid? Not that level. That's not that's not at all what I'm, no.
Okay.
Not Hagrid. Not like that.
All right. I'm going to continue on if that is okay with you.
Please.
So we are currently at Grouse HQ, their house. Darcy finally accepts that she's into Lance. Again, thank God.
She's come back.
And Seth is out here trying to insert himself into Darcy and Lance's situation in this chapter. He's like a lapdog at this point.
We have morphed Seth into gay bestie.
Right.
In a weird way. Almost in a...
It's a caricature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He has just morphed into gay best friend trope territory.
Is that supposed to be his redemption arc for us? Is that what?
Yeah, I'm guessing yes.
Is that offensive?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Do you have anything else to add for chapter 1?
Nope.
All right. Chapter 2 is from Tory's POV. And here are the things that I wrote down about this chapter. Lionel is a true piece of shit. He just continues to go lower every time.
Yeah.
Darius returns and is dancing around the truth. He is literally tap dancing for his life around the truth of how he's broken this bond.
Yeah, because reminder, he is not with the rest of the Scooby-Doo gang in the big battle royale.
Correct.
He is in the caves, in the super secret caves.
And he makes
And
the bargain.
he makes the bargain
about
with
breaking
the
the
stars.
bonds.
Right. So everyone's like, where's Darius? Where's Darius? And we're all just kind of waiting on pins and needles. Like, when the fuck is he going to show back up? And how are we going to, why all of a sudden are all of the bonds broken?
Well, and how many questions are there going to be about it? Which I do feel like we move past relatively quickly.
I cannot even begin to describe the way in which this was such a man move. Oh, okay. Nary a fucking follow-up.
Well, then Tory fucks him, and finally they start to admit to themselves and everyone else that this is not
right.
We're no longer in enemies' territory. We are firmly in the lovers' camp.
Right.
Chapter 3 is from Lionel's POV.
I both love and hate these chapters because we're finally getting, I don't want to say motivation, but we're at least finding out, like, what the fuck is he, like, what's going on here for him? Because
the curtain,
a little bit, but you're also feeling like the wheels are coming off a bit in Camp Bad Guy.
He's bitten off more than he can chew.
100%. 100%.
So this chapter is woe is me, Lionel, woe is me.
I have a stump.
Correct. I said stump and all. Yeah, handless.
But also, again, immediately rectified for him.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Stella literally cannot get it through her brain that he is just not that into her. It is so ick.
Arama.
She is throwing herself at him, and he's like, are you not catching that I am fucking your daughter? And I'm using this in air quotes.
Upgraded.
Because that comes back to bite you. Lionel finds out that Darius has officially betrayed him, and he didn't marry or consummate his marriage. And now Lionel is declaring that he no longer has an heir. Obviously, Xavier is out because he's not a dragon and was never going to acknowledge him. So now he is sans even Darius.
He's sans heir. He's
Correct.
sans children and wife.
Which means that we are opening up a shadow baby potential here. I'm nervous about that.
So now we've entered Game of Thrones territory, and the Red Witch is about to give birth to a shadow demon baby.
Correct.
Did you all watch Game of Thrones? If you know, you know. That season was early days when the shit was really good. But boy, this shadow demon baby was a weird twist that I didn't see coming.
It was a turn.
Right.
Okay, so Lavinia, as we have now taken to calling her Clara No Mas, she is a firmly Shadow Princess Lavinia.
Yep.
She's a problem, gang. She is now able, because she remedied Lionel's stump with a shadow hand, seemingly grown from nothing. She can now control Lionel because she controls the shadows, right?
This is also a bit of a trope in, I think, fantasy stuff about, like, having hands cut off and hands being replaced with, like, a gold hand or, like, a silver or, like, an iron hand. Again, look no further than Game of Thrones.
Jamie
Lannister with his gold hand. Like, that is a bit of a trope. Another,
really, like a micro trope?
I think so. Yeah, I feel like it happens in a lot, because I feel like in a lot of fantasies, like, you have to have your hands to cast your magic
with his spells.
So like, if you don't have your hands, then look, because I think it's in The Witcher too. I think somebody loses a hand in Witcher because you have to have your hands to cast your magic. Anyway, bit of a micro trope. Well,
I was focused on some
weren't we all?
And in this chapter, Lavinia also says that she can give Lionel an all-powerful heir.
Hey, that hasn't come back up.
Correct.
As to when we, like, where we drop off in this, like, here
it has not
chunk,
resurfaced.
and I'm scared.
We're being
I'm very scared about that. Yeah.
Chapter 4, we head back to Orion.
Oh, sorry. One more note I think we need to make. Lionel also agrees to make her his queen, saying that he would marry her. So I think that's all, her being Lavinia. I think that's...
Well, right, because he thinks that
Catalina
is dead. So that breaks all of the bonds, right?
Well,
bonds.
We get to that explanation later, too.
Sure. All right, chapter 4 is from Orion's POV. Lancey is struggling, and he is having a really hard time. He knows that it's not going to work with Blue because he's power shamed, and he rationally has recognized that, like, in order for her to take the throne and to fulfill her destiny, he can't hold her back. But he is also, say it with me, it hasn't happened yet, but they are fated mates. Right. We get an appearance from Leon Knight in this chapter. Love. This is fun for me. The crossover is fun for me.
Very fun.
Because if we had not read it in the order we read it,
I feel like we're getting the payoff a little bit for reading Ruthless Boys. I just don't know, for me,
I loved it.
if the 5 books were worth these little winks. That's just me.
I'll say it again.
I know your feelings.
Ruthless Boys,
I know your feelings.
better than these books. All right. So in chapter 4, we're going on a quest to make the Zodiac Guild potion. Oh, fun. So now we're hunting for this super secret special grass.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Right.
Quick question. The super secret Zodiac potion does not come up again.
Correct.
Again, in chapters, and I'm a little
1 through
ahead.
30.
Yeah, I'm a little further in, but still has not resurfaced.
Call it 1 through 30 to reference something in chapter 4 and to get 26 chapters
And it's
later.
also the only way that you can initiate others
Members into
the guild. It seems pretty fucking important.
Which we get a lot more lore drop on the guild,
Sure.
so I do fear that's coming. When we will start to...
When we initiate some
Correct.
folks, because
Yeah.
we've got some really good candidates rolling around.
The list is short.
The list is short, but also there's an unexpected candidate on my list now that we can talk about at the end.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget that.
Yep. So at the end of this chapter, Darcy does what I call queen up and calls out the rest of, we are now in the boroughs, if you will. It's close. The Fogwarts of it all is too close. But we are in the boroughs, which is the resistance, man. And because Lance is power shamed, they're all like, we can't be in the presence. Whoa, this is going to make me sick. And she's like, no, he's with me. And if you love me, you love him. And that's my guy.
It doesn't work.
Right. And even Orion is like, that's not.
And I'm going to be
cute.
honest with you. This continues on through chapter 30, the power shaming of it all.
Yeah.
And it's getting old. And
Correct.
I'm really ready for that little
be
problem
resolved.
to be resolved. It just feels like one thing that we could like resolve pretty
And they
decisively.
drop lore about it. That like the Vega King could do it. Like, didn't, but like could.
Well,
So-
you know what it's going to take. Is for them to be mated.
Correct.
Right? And I just like,
I don't know why this is being drawn out.
Why are we drawing this out any further? Why? For what reason? For what reason at this point? I mean, give Team Good Guy something. Because right now,
Do you want my thoughts on that? We create problems
go on.
so we can keep going.
Yeah.
All right, anything else for chapter 4?
No.
Chapter 5, we are back to our girl Darcy's POV. We are at a super secret mountain to get the super secret special grass to make our super secret guardian potion. And wow. We get a nymph attack. Eek. Imagine that. The nymphs know something that we don't know. Cool. Great. Darcy and Orion finally express their mutual love for each other, and we can like put this pretense that he is going to let her go out of our minds.
Right. And they finally fuck again.
Correct. We are fine. I said they express their mutual love for each other and fuck. Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Chapter 6 is from Caleb's POV. The news is out about the spares being named the heirs post-battle. This is Cal struggles with this one because he's like, my mom would never.
See, and I don't think he's struggling at all. I think he's so confident. He's like, my mom would quite literally never. Like, I know what she's doing, but this is not real.
Right, but he is struggling because he can't be in contact with his mom to
Sure.
like verify all of this information.
Yeah, but to me, he seems honestly, all of the heirs seem pretty confident that like their parents are doing what is required of them in the public because of Lionel.
Sure.
None of them are losing sleep over this. Let's say that. Nobody's like crying themselves to sleep. Like, I'm not the heir anymore.
No, I think that they're all just very worried for their parents. And because
100%,
they cannot
yes.
make contact with them to verify that
Yes.
their parents are actually okay,
Yep.
that is a struggle. But don't worry, Cal's got a solve for this.
Yep.
The article paints the girls as using their phoenix power to infect the minds of the heirs. Just had to include that because that's fucked up.
Yeah.
There is so much sexual tension in this chapter between Caleb and Seth that it makes me want to pull my hair out. And I'd like for them to just go ahead and get together and put us all out of our misery.
No.
Even if they're polyam, like, just can we fuck? Okay. I said the poor heirs are having to live like normies in the burrows. Womp womp.
Now that Caleb is having a hard time with, because our boy Caleb is a prince among men. He loves his nice things. He loves his designer clothes. He is not down with the layman's outfits. Also, have you noticed this too in these chapters that Cal is also the one that's like sprucing up all of their rooms?
Sure.
So now we're leaning into interior decorator gay. Did you pick that up?
Got gay bestie.
So now
and
we've got
interior.
gay bestie and interior gay, and it's giving yuck. I don't like these I'm going to use air quotes, gay traits that we are now assigning to these. Yes, stereotypes. Thank
We're
you.
stereotyping
To these
them.
men to make them seem, and again, I'm going to say this in quotes, more gay.
And
Yuck.
I think it's even, for me, it's more yuck because we are trying to redeem all of the wrongs that they've committed against our FMCs.
Oh.
Who, like, I am reading, like, you're putting yourself in the story, right? We are a female reader
Sure.
reading about female characters. That is an easy leap for us to make. So now you are resolving all of the things that have been done to us, because I'm putting myself in the story,
Yeah.
by making them a stereotype of themselves, and it's, like, going to be fine.
Well, right.
They
It
were
makes
just, like,
them
dealing with that.
Yeah. Yes, and it feels like it's a cop out character trait to make them less what sort of they're less, not offensive, but they're less
one-dimensional to me.
Yeah, but they're less
Like, more palatable?
no, my God, what is I'm struggling here. They are now more less threatening to the girls because they don't like girls. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Which again, yuck. I don't like any of this. I do not like what we're doing to Cal and Seth here. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care for it.
To me, it just makes them one-dimensional characters, right?
Makes them
Like,
one-dimensional,
you're
but it
boiling
just
them
makes
down
them
into
stereotype.
Yes, and right now what they're offering is their sexual tension, and like that's it.
Well, and again, with Caleb, and he only wants his nice clothes and he doesn't want to get dirty. He's very effeminate. They're making him more effeminate than he's ever been. He's never been like that in any of the other books. Has he liked his nice things? Always.
Sure, but so do I.
But like that, it's just making him less threatening, I guess. I don't know. And I'm not into it.
Well, Cal does give us something here. Finally, Cal has the bright idea that, like, maybe we should reach out to our parents in some way, shape, or form. And he and his mom have planned for this moment.
Smart.
This is
smart.
shocking to me that nobody else, and even to Caleb in this chapter, he's like, what do you mean you guys don't have, like, a plan for when shit goes down?
Right.
And they're like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean?
Yeah.
So apparently Caleb has to go find this magic rock that's like buried under the sand, and he like puts his hand on it, and it's this portal that will ring the rock in his mom's ring.
It's a port key.
Sure.
Fogwarts alert for the second or third time in this 5 chapters we've covered.
It allows him to communicate with his mother, right? She gives him a journal of sorts.
Yeah.
That she can write stuff in, and it will appear on his side and vice versa, but no one else could read it.
Tom Riddle's diary.
Correct. That was needed because, like, we got to figure out what's going on.
Yes. Well, now we have a communication source inside to
the resistance. And she even says that, right?
Yeah.
She's like, no, you need someone here working on the inside
Totally.
to tell you what's going on.
And I would like the record to reflect that I believe that we absolutely fucking called this, that Caleb's family would be like the holdout family or be the ones that make the turn first.
Yeah.
Or the strongest. Not to say that Max's isn't, because I think Max's dad fucking hates Lionel. And of course he was the last one to like bend the knee, but Caleb's mom is the one that was the most prepared. Like, of course, leave it to a woman to be prepared.
Yeah.
And she's the one that's actually like doing the work inside Camp Bad Guy to help the resistance.
Right. She, like you said, she is a woman with a plan.
Yeah.
They have been preparing for this. I think ever since her brother went missing.
Yes.
that this has always been in the works.
Yep.
So Caleb returns to the burrow and almost has some sexy time with Seth.
So close.
And then, oops, we have murders. So we stumble upon some murdered resistance members, and this is where the storyline starts to take a bit of a turn towards murder mystery land, which comes up later chapters as well. Chapter 7, we head back to Darcy's POV. This is the aftermath of the murders in the barn. Remember, the burrows are protected. There's like a magical force field in which you have to, I guess, like it's not a spell.
You have to basically be invited in.
Correct.
It's very vampire style. Yes.
And
then you have to take the oath.
Correct. The oath being to pledge your support, your fealty, if you will, to the Vegas.
Yes, almost.
Unless you're an heir.
Right.
So it is alarming to everyone on campus campus is the wrong word here, on the base,
on
if
site.
you will,
yeah.
that there have been murders, because unless somebody broke the wards, which is a problem in and of itself, then that would mean that it is a murder from within the building. Mm-hmm. So who done it? Hamish and Catalina announce that a Cyclops is going to investigate. That always goes well. And everybody is ordered basically to their rooms to wait it out until they're ready to be called. I have a quick question here, and this is just like an unnecessary detail. So they do a supply run of sorts, and bikinis were listed as a necessary item. Just right. Is that making your top 10?
Not top 1,000.
Correct. And at this point, they've all seen each other naked so many times. Just go in the water naked.
Right. What are we talking? You're right.
We're risking it for a bikini, fam. All right. Chapter 8, we head back to Tory's POV. And Tory is not doing well. The Cyclops torture, like, this is all very triggering for her. And it sparks essentially a massive meltdown. She has a bit of a psychotic break here. She still doesn't know the deal that Darius has struck with the stars. She asks him. He sort of dances around it again. It's annoying to me at this point. Like, let's just get it all out there. I know. Darcy tells Tory about the curse.
It's Darcy?
Yep. Darcy tells Tory about her curse. Yeah. That Lavinia put on her, but it's like fine because the Phoenix burned it out of her.
Got it.
It's
got
like
it.
fine.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, this chapter's like 3 pages long.
Yeah.
So that's
There's some sort of curse, but don't worry. My Phoenix got it. Don't you worry. LOL. That is most definitely coming back. I said, so are we gonna find out that Darcy like killed all of these people right out from under our noses? I'm concerned that Darcy is involved in these murders.
Wow. I hadn't even thought about that. But doesn't someone get murdered while the girls are gone?
I don't think that's while they're gone.
Yeah, it's when they're at the island. When they're at the Temple of Doom. Yeah, because the boys...
That's not in chapters 1 through 30.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
The last murder?
Yeah. Go on.
Well, please, we'll get to it.
Yep.
I am just convinced that somehow the shadows have something to do with this, and Darcy is being potentially controlled or has some sort of spell, curse, etc. put on her by the shadows. Chapter 9. Anything else you'd like to add from those pages?
No.
Chapter 9, we are back to Darcy's POV.
It's a big chapter.
Yes, but also, like, not. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we get a lengthy...
There's a lot of referential, dialogue in here that is...
Well, this whole chapter is basically a vision.
Correct. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
So Darcy tries to reverse Lance's power shame status again amongst the rebels, and it fails miserably. Again, I get it, cannot let it go. That's her man's. We know how this works and what has to happen. And then Washer shows up.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Washer has now joined.
Right. And if you'll remember, Washer was Stupping headmistress. She is a Lionel apologist. No.
She's Dolores Umbridge.
Right. Well.
And so she fires Washer. Or he quits because
fires,
he
right.
thinks
They
that he's
can't
gonna
get along because Washer is apparently a royalist. It's a whole thing. So now Washer has, what did I miss? That's what I imagine when he shows up.
Pretty much.
And in his skinty little pants.
God, he's so gross.
So the back half of this chapter is us, what do they call it, through the shadow web?
Yeah.
You're putting on Diego's
Memory
hat.
web.
The memory web.
Yeah.
We put on Diego's hat, and we do a kumbaya circle. We're all holding hands, and we share the memories.
And by we, you mean the whole Scooby-Doo gang.
Correct. All of the heirs and the girls and everybody in the inner
Lance.
circle.
Is Gabriel there for that too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I was just
Sorry, I had
curious.
to take a quick sip of water.
Oh, Xavier is there too.
Yeah, because he's with the...
Yeah. No,
he's
I'm
the
just...
only spare that is present at this point.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I was trying to read back to see if Gabriel was there. I don't think he is.
So I'm going to run through these memories. There is much more detail. This is quite a lengthy chapter, but I'm going to hit some high notes here.
Go for it.
All right. Lots of memories, but most importantly, we see how Diego managed the reckoning.
Yes.
The stars quizzed him for his true intent.
Yep.
Because at this point, remember, he's met the girls, and he's like...
They're friends.
Right. He's like, they don't need to die. He already has questions about his uncle. We see how terrible his uncle and his mother were to him.
Right.
How important his grandmother was. His grandmother really tried to intervene and avoid the Shadow Princess fealty that all of the nymphs are required when they come of age and they like get their first kill, essentially. So that's how he passed the reckoning. So I guess we could say he was true of spirit.
Yeah. Pure of heart.
Pure of heart. And we find out what actually happened with Astrum, which was really interesting to me. So Astrum ends up, we know that he was the leader of the guild. He knew his end, as we've learned in the past that guild members see how what their demise is going to be. And so Astrum was on campus, knew that Diego's uncle and his mother were going to come for him. Because he was a stumbling block, basically, to Lionel and the Shadow Princess cause. And they murk him. Those were the big takeaways from this chapter for me. A lot of it was backstory about how he really was
He was a good boy.
a good lad. And we were sorry that we had to lose him. And it really rips that wound right back open for everybody.
It's very sad. Yeah, and everybody is very sad and very much like, we're not going to let Diego have died in vain.
Correct.
It's kind of the battle cry at the end of that little scene.
Yes, poor sweet Diego. I mean, he was going through it.
Yep.
And even Orion has some not misgivings, but some regret for the way that he treated him.
Yep.
All right. So, chapter 10, we are back to Orion.
Yep.
It is the post-hat memory seance, which is what I'm referring to that as.
Okay.
Darius and Lance finally talk out their issues and solidify their friendship.
Yes.
Important.
Yep.
So, lovers are back together. Darius stands firm on the fact that he's not going to bend the knee to the Vegas, which is laughable.
Especially knowing his fate. Just
What is the
doesn't
point?
make any sense.
He stands firm that there is no way that the girls can lead this country, this continent successfully, because they have not been raised to do it. They don't know all of the political landscape, etc.
Sorry, and you think that Xavier is a better choice? No shade to Xavier. He's lovely, and we really love him. But like, really? Right.
Okay. If you would turn to page 213, please.
Okay.
We get a little bit of what I'm calling a midnight reading session happening here. And I would like you to, where do I want to start here? All right. So there is a special secret illuminating text. Like, it only happens when you read it in the light. We know all about this. Mm-hmm. We find out about the Infinity Stones. If you wouldn't mind starting at 6 were found, sort of 3/4 of the way down the page.
Yep. 6 were found and 6 were lost. These are the stones of the original 12. All must be reunited. All must be united to restore balance to the kingdom and reform the Zodiac Guild. Find the 6 we recovered within the chalice of flames.
It goes on to say, what does that mean? Tory asked, and then Lance immediately knows, like, cuts his thumb open, bleeds, and summons the chalice. Mm-hmm. Surprise. And then would you mind reading the Latin words inscribed there?
I will not be doing that.
Okay. Well, you translate it, the next line.
Okay. I pledge my blood to the Vega royal line.
All right. So my father had spoken these words earlier in his diary when it was time to initiate new members
First of all,
of the guild.
How dare you going to try to make me read that in Latin?
I figured you would read the line below it of what it translated to. I didn't think you were going to read Latin.
Would you read that?
It's a dead language.
Oh.
All right. So this, again, the Infinity Stones. That's only what I will be referring to them from now on.
Also, the cup.
Chalice.
That's from,
yeah.
Again, it's the Goblet of Fire.
Yes. Well, and it gets more Goblet of Fire later, too.
Oh, 100%.
So we now have what we need to recover, which is 6 stones. We have 6 of them. We now know what we need to do in order to initiate said members.
So we have the diamond for Aries. We've
Correct.
got the moonstone for Gemini. We've got the ruby for Cancer. We've got the peridot for Leo.
And blue sapphire for Virgo. Did you say that one?
I did not see that one.
Okay.
Did I skip that one first? Anyway, those are the ones that we have. So we need Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio. That's
Pisces.
3. Pisces, Aquarius, and
We have a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Nice.
I was like, I didn't think we said a Sagittarius. That was all out of order, so it was very hard for me.
No, sorry. I was just naming what was missing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Your eyeball.
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry, everybody. I'm gracing you with no makeup and glasses today. I've had a bit of an incident this week, and we won't be speaking of it any further. All right, so back to chapter 10. After the new set of Infinity Stones and our instruction on what we're doing with the guild, we are back to Burroughs land, and Lancey is teaching the heirs again. He's gone back to his
roots, baby.
And they have set up a school specifically for the heirs, and Lance is teaching them to continue their studies and make sure that they are equipped and ready to go at a moment's notice to fight Big Baddie. And then all of the other resistance members, as I am referring to them, are also being trained, because students like Xavier, right, while he is super powerful and holds multiple elements, he hasn't reigned in his power yet, right?
Are you still in chapter 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody can deal with the power. This is how chapter 10 ends. Nobody can deal with Lance's power shaming. Everybody's having a hard time with it. Even Geraldine is like, I mean, I do my best. I just like look over his shoulder when I'm trying to learn and he's teaching in the front of class. So Hamish tries to volunteer to lead the Zodiac Guild and he's absolutely shut down. Lancey is the leader of this gang and nobody else is going to do it.
No, they can't. They literally can't.
Correct.
Right.
The magical.
So for those keeping up, now we're on the hunt for the Infinity Stones and this potion.
Yeah, we got the grass, but we haven't made the potion yet.
And we also are trying to
solve a murder. Murders.
Solve 2 murders that we know of within the boroughs. And at some point, somebody's going to come up with a plan once we find out, or once the gang finds out about Darius's new fate. Let me rephrase. Once Gabriel makes him tell everybody, because Gabriel has figured it out, then we got to find a way to save him from his own fate. Right. We just got a lot of irons in the fire is what I'm saying.
Right.
Oh, and also closing the rifts. We just have a lot on the table.
Well, yeah, but the rifts haven't we know about them, but that really hasn't come up quite yet. Chapter 11, time check. We are mentioned in this chapter as being 8 weeks past Christmas.
Yeah, so we've been in the boroughs for 8 weeks.
Yes. So just like a heads up, all of the book 6, the big bad shit goes down on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So we are 8 weeks past that, in case you're keeping track. I need to understand how many people are living in the boroughs.
I think it's a lot.
I'm thinking it's a lot too, but
give us a number.
Right. Are we talking 1,000?
I think so, probably.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, what do you mean? How big are these boroughs? We have another murder. Murder on the Orient Express here of the guard that was a dick to Darcy and Lance when they went beyond the border last time. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying anything. I'm just saying anything. It is in this chapter that we get the reveal that Gabriel does know about what Darius did, because he can only see his future until Christmas, which is 1 year. So
the time is ticking down for Darius. So now we're down to 10 months.
Correct.
Is what he has left.
So Darius goes on to spill the beans to Gabriel, and at this point, Gabriel cannot see another outcome for Darius. But Darius is still convinced that Xavier and the heirs should take the throne. Again, it is just being beaten into our heads that he is not going to bend the knee, and that is crazy. At this point, Gabriel gets a vision that Lionel is ordering a culling of the Pegasus herd that Xavier has joined. Remember, everybody else, Sophia, Tyler, all of them, the rest of his herd are still at Zodiac Academy. They were not part of the battle.
Right. So now we're getting into the Mudblood territories, right? The Lesser Fae.
Yeah, we're cleansing.
It's giving
Correct. It's giving eugenics, and I don't care for it.
Right.
So Lionel has targeted this herd, obviously, because he says that they are part of the resistance, and they're working with Xavier, and so now we've got a off to school. Sorry if you're not watching this. This is me running super fast back to Zodiac Academy to stop it. So Xavier goes, Darius goes. It's just the two of them.
Yeah. And I would like to note too that we also find out in this chapter that Darius is taking basically super caffeine.
Correct.
And is not sleeping
He's
at all
taking
because
Adderall.
He doesn't want to miss. I don't want to miss a thing.
Exactly. Aerosmith.
Yeah. Cue the Aerosmith.
Okay. Chapter 12 is from Xavier's POV, our first Xavier POV chapter thus far. It is Darius and Xavier heading back to Zodiac Academy to save his herd. Darius takes to the sky to fight Daddy and give Xavier an opportunity, a chance to get to the herd and get them out safely. Xavier finds the herd, but Sophia is casually missing. We find out that Sophia is in detention with, what's her name? Holly.
High Spell.
Yeah.
Honey, please.
Honey High Spell. Sorry. Yeah, because I every time I think of
Miss Honey.
correct. Tyler and Xavier end up having to work together to save Sophia and get her out of harm's way. And, notoriously, they're both doms, so that's tough. We get the other side of this in chapter 13 from Darius's POV. He has a big daddy dragon fight with Lionel, and man, he really gets some in there. He almost gets the W here, but of course, Lavinia.
That's twice now that he has been this fucking close to getting daddy.
And is thwarted at the last moment.
Starting to really
comes
piss me
to the
off.
rescue and is like, no, you can't take my daddy king from me. Disgusting. And she ends up nearly killing Darius, and it's tough.
We make it out.
We do make it out, but it's tough.
Yep.
It's tough to watch, especially when he puts such a beat down on his dad.
Yep. He is getting the best of his dad. If it was a 1v1 fight, like Darius is winning currently.
Yeah, he's not getting any assist. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, sorry. Chapter 14, we head back to Xavier's chapter. Again, we are still in the fight, if you will. Darius tries to distract Lavinia so that Tyler can save Sophia, so that Xavier and Tyler can save Sophia. Again, he's acting as bait and selfless and taking a big ol' hit for it. We find out that High Spell has burned some of Orion's books, but we are able to save them. I should have mentioned this earlier. A secondary mission in going in to save the herd is that we need a book from Orion's personal library. So we have to make it into Orion's classroom to get the books. That is where Honey High Spell was holding detention. We find out that she was burning or forcing Sophia to burn some of his books. So when we go there and take them out, we grab all of the books we can. It happens that the one book that we did need is also there. So that's a W for us. Darius takes flight and he flies off to his dorm room. This is so unnecessary. And manages to narrowly escape Lavinia's attack with the motorcycle and the Fey Bones for dark magic.
This was a multifaceted trip.
Oh, and other stuff for the twins, sorry. So there was 3 things that he gets from his dorm room.
Yeah.
We also have to get the books. Well, we got books, but we needed to at least get the one book we needed from Orion's.
Yep.
And we thought the motorcycle was of import.
He's trying to impress his girl. It's dumb. They're dumb. They're 20. They're stupid.
After all this, we do narrowly escape Zodiac Academy and make it back to the burrows. We end up having to power share to heal Darius. We find out just how powerful, not just how powerful, because we knew this, but Xavier power shares with Tyler. They are able to heal. Tyler is like, what the fuck, my guy? You are really powerful. Whoa. Right.
Put some respect on his name.
And we give Lance his book. Important. The murder case is still open. There has been no change. The Cyclops has revealed nothing. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? No. All right. Chapter 15, we go to Tory's POV. Xavier and Darius return from Zodiac. Again, this is from her perspective, so she's just seeing them. With Tyler and Sophia in tow. And we have a sweet little reunion with Sophia. We get some, good news. Because remember, the girls are very close to her. Tory and Darcy undo the marriage bond between Catalina and Hamish. Catalina and Lionel. So that Hamish and Catalina can get married.
Oh,
isn't that cute?
I love it.
Tory ends up catching Darius sleeping, dozing off, if you will, which he doesn't do. And he confesses to taking the energy potion, aka Adderall, so that he doesn't miss a thing. Anything else from that?
Nope.
Okay. Chapter 16, we are at Geraldine's POV. Thank the Lord. We love a Geraldine POV chapter.
Love Geraldine.
And I'm calling this the wedding episode.
Yeah.
Geraldine moves into full wedding planner. She is giving J-Lo from the wedding planner a run for her money here.
100%.
And Max is so deeply obsessed with her.
I love it. He's just a lover boy. We love to see it.
He ends up picking a fight with Tyler, and he like dusts. Tyler like does something, and they end up picking a fight, and Max like just like dusts the floor with him.
Oh, correct.
Which is dumb. I don't know why Tyler.
Why are you picking a fight with them?
It's dumb.
Stop it.
All right. And then chapter 17, after the party, there's the after party. And this is from Seth's POV.
Party at the hotel lobby.
Correct.
Okay.
Seth tells Orion about his crush on Caleb. He wants to be friends with Orion. Desperately wants to be his bestie. And they have an exchange, and Orion, he basically is like, well, I'll tell you a secret about me, if that'll like make you feel better. And so Seth tells him,
and Lance goes, I don't want to know. I don't care.
He doesn't want to be.
He's like, I in fact
he
don't want to know you.
Eventually come around, but like he doesn't. He's like, I don't really like need friends, but he does. He's a sad boy.
But he's a vampire. He doesn't need friends.
Well, this problem is solved later in the
book. Yeah. Right.
Then we have a truth or dare gone wrong. As they always, truth or dare never ends well. It never ends well.
Depends on who you ask.
Somebody's feelings are always hurt.
Always.
And then it ends in Xavier versus Tyler Cockoff.
Love it.
There's vajazzling, there's dejazzling,
We also find out that our guy Xavier is still a virgin, and we need his virgin blood for our said potion, so don't forget that too.
Yeah. And he's got a huge dick.
Well, he big boy. He's proportional.
I was like, oh, okay, great. All right. Anything else you'd like from chapter 17?
No.
Oh, wait. Did I skip a chapter?
17?
I just skipped a number. That was 17, right?
Yeah.
I'm on 18.
Yeah,
I'm
Lionel.
losing my mind. Lionel. I turned to chapter 19. That's why.
Okay.
That was
17 is Seth. 18 is Lionel.
Yeah. 18 is Lionel. All right. Back to Leo. All right.
Don't call him that. He does not deserve that.
He can have Lion. Lionel is torturing and kills Tyler Corbin's mother, who, remember, is a reporter. And this is what happens in real life. They start suppressing freedom of speech and freedom of the press.
Okay.
Because Tyler's mom called Lionel out for his bullshit in the press.
Yep.
Elise makes an appearance here. Just like a fun little drop in.
Yep.
That violet hair makes an appearance riding a griffin to shit on Lionel outside the FIB headquarters.
I love that we're just like doing little like just like funsy, goofy, like let's just like fuck with Lionel at every turn.
Right.
So he's just constantly getting shit on, literally and figuratively. Like at every turn, he's always stepping in shit.
You know, griffin shit is like toxic as fuck.
Maybe that's what you got on your eyes.
It's not what I got on my eyes, everyone. I just had an allergic reaction to some sunscreen. Don't worry. It's fine.
Okay. You seem awfully defensive about it, but okay.
It's fine. That's hateful. Why are you being hateful to me? I've done nothing but be nice to you today.
Go on, chapter 19.
Lavinia and her shadows assert their power over Lionel, and he realizes how fucked he really is. His shadow hand basically tries to kill him. And that is going to come back. Just make note, she's the ultimate baddie here. Chapter 19, we head to Xavier's POV, and we get a writer appearance.
Please, Carter.
Yeah,
Carson.
I know, Carson, but that's Ryder, in case you didn't read Ruthless Boys.
Carson, yeah.
With his Disney tattoos. I LOL'd. So Xavier decides to get a rainbow Jacob's ladder. We went from 0
front and back.
Correct.
So instead of dick dejazzling, he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to get pierced to the gods.
And don't worry, they're going to be real gemstones. And he gets one on.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening. And because, of course, we know Carson / Ryder thrives on pain, he's like, no, I don't do any numbing. You could just heal this while you do it.
And he said,
Like,
won't be
I
doing
won't
that.
be doing that.
That's sick. That
And
is sick.
the reason that he gets Carson Ryder to agree to this is because he wants Xavier to play a prank on Gabriel.
What are you going to do for... Okay, good luck.
I don't know. In Xavier's haste to show off his new hardware, if you will, he runs into Tyler's room. And boy, is it not the vibe, because Tyler has just been told that his mother has been murdered. And everyone's there.
Quick question. So he just runs into a room, dick out.
I think maybe he runs in like drops trowel, but he's like hard.
You think?
No, it says in the chapter he's
great.
Hard. Because it
Why?
talks about him deflating.
Why?
Because he's so excited to really like assert his
Longshoreman.
Longshoreman, as Geraldine calls it.
said. I like that. That makes me laugh.
We now proceed to chapter 20, which is from Tory's POV. This is Operation Seduce a Nymph.
Okay.
This is how we've decided we're going to get into the mind of the nymphs. And Max is going to use his siren power to lure a nymph and tell them everything. Because they're going to want to, right? Because he's going to get them.
Well, they're trying to decide if like all nymphs are bad, or was like Xavier, was Diego like a one-off, or can they find one that has some good that is willing to yap?
We'll get some more lore about that later too. Chapter, do you have anything
They
else?
haven't wanted to speak to us all day, and now all of a sudden everybody and their mother has something to say to us on this group chat. Sorry, you guys, if you keep hearing our phone buzzing, it's the work group chat, and no one has wanted to speak to us all day until right now. Right. Sorry, go on.
Okay. Chapter 21. We are at Darcy's POV, and this is a girls' day at the spa.
Yep.
That's what I am calling it. We have taken to the waters, if you will. We're in the hot springs. And Sophia reveals that she is in love with Tyler and Xavier, and she doesn't want to choose, but she knows that this is a no-win situation because they're both doms and they'll never agree to it. I feel like they very much
this
will.
is going to be a throuple.
100%.
Right. Okay.
Catalina and Hamish end up joining the spa day, which feels a little weird, but okay, fine. We talk about Christmas traditions here.
It's very sweet.
And the girls don't have any, except they
And it's
have
very
the snowball
sad.
fight.
And then it's happy again.
And then Catalina says to them, I want to start new traditions with you guys.
That's
sweet.
Really sweet.
And then Washer has to be there being a creep and is like been at the bottom of the
Pool the whole time like a fucking weirdo. He's such a freak, man.
Every time you get like a little better, he takes like 16 steps back.
Yep.
Chapter 22 is from Caleb's POV.
Yep.
The heirs head to a nymph townhouse. I'm imagining this is sort of cracked den of nymphs to seduce one while the gals are at the spa. So this is like happening while the girls are having
this is the boys and this is the boys' day. The boys' day
Correct.
is nymph.
We're
Hashtag
gonna go
nymph.
get a nymph.
Oh, good. Okay.
You like that?
No.
They gave me a refresher. Have you ever had one of those? Does those have caffeine in it? Like the Starbucks refreshers?
I don't know that I've ever had one.
I've never had
sure
one either,
that
but they're making a version of it at Captain Co. Anyways, Max manages to get inside the head of one of the nymphs, and it shows him an altar in the woods where the Shadow Princess has other nymphs bring her Fae artifacts to draw power from. Okay, cool.
So now we have a Temple of Doom.
Correct. And don't worry, we're going to go on a field trip soon.
Yep.
We also learned in this chapter that Cal is equally as hot for Seth as Seth is for Cal. I said, just fuck already. Okay. All right. Chapter 23. We head to
Tory.
Tory's POV. Let me get there. All right. If you wouldn't mind turning to page 386 for me.
In here?
Yep. Okay. Start on not a lot.
Yeah. So this is a conversation between Geraldine, Darcy, and Orion and Tory, obviously. And they're looking at a book. The book that Xavier brought back to Orion. And Ryan says, the book says, not a lot. It's only a small passage, really, but it implies that the stones were once held by the heads of 12 powerful families, each of which represented a single star sign. Then I remembered the passage I'd read. In this book, he turns and grabs one of the many books laying on his bed and flipped through the pages of a dusty one as carefully as he could before holding a handwritten page out to us. See, this is an account of prophecies that were foretold in the last few hundred years, which may or may not have come to pass. Basically, any prophecy that has a seer of note was gifted from the stars, which wasn't about events in their lifetime. I went through a stage of being obsessed with finding old prophecies and figuring out if they've come, what came of them, and I'd been referring to whether or not this one had come to pass as a boy. And then Tory interrupts it. We get it. You had friends for books.
Right.
Books for friends.
So it says, it goes on to say, reuniting the stones of the Zodiac Guild will mark the dawn of a new reign. So, again, we got to find the rest of these Infinity Stones. All right. So the plan is for Orion.
Hey, so we're going to have the 12 families again, though, right?
Right.
That's going to be...
But do we know all... I guess, okay, so it's going to be the Oscuras... Like, is it going to be all of those
That's
families?
what I think.
Do we have 12 in total?
The Knights, the Oscuras, what's Ryder's family?
Right. Draconius.
Draconius.
I mean, he doesn't really have family, does he?
Well, but it would be him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then you've got the Altairs, the Seth, the Capellas, what are the dragons?
Sorry.
Lionel. Acrux. Oh my God. Sorry.
That was terrible.
The Acruxes and
The Vegas.
the Vegas. Did I name 4? No, I only named 3. Oh, and the Rigels.
Right.
And then the Vegas. And then I think the Grusses.
Okay, so the Grusses.
And then probably Tyler's family.
the Corbins.
The Corbins. So that's 10.
So we have 2 more.
Yep.
I almost wonder, because we've seen Eugene.
Okay, the Dippers. And
who else? Assuming that we don't meet any new,
right.
characters.
Maybe Gabriel would be ahead of his own house.
Right. I wonder if because of his mom.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So the plan now is for Orion to go to this rift and use a binding needle, which we've literally never heard of before, to sew the rift between Solario and the Shadow Realm together.
I feel like we skipped something here, but we have discovered that there are tears between the realms, and that is how Lavinia is getting her power.
Correct. That is where the altar is. So the altar that was
is sitting on a rift.
Correct.
Basically.
Is housing a rift.
And now we've entered Stranger Things territory.
Correct. To the upside down.
So now we're in one of the spots where, the wall where you travel through the flesh wall.
I don't like that.
Well,
yes, I know. To go
yep.
into the upside down. All right. Caleb is going to be the one to go with Orion to do the dark magic bit, and the rest of the gang is going to go and distract the nymphs. Mm-hmm. So it was determined that Caleb is going to do it because he is also a vampire. He's super duper strong and
he's fast.
Correct.
They think that they can basically run in without being seen.
Correct.
Yep.
The girls are gifted Phoenix armor from before we head out on this journey. Geraldine is like, the time is nigh. I have a gift for you. Daddy said it was fine. If you would turn to page 398, I would like for you to read, was it 398? Yeah, it's over here. Hold on.
The message from their moms?
Correct.
Okay. So each of the girls gets a message from their mom. And the first one says, Tory says, "Fly fast and true, sweet girl. Secrets wait beneath the ground. Search fearlessly, and they shall be found." And then Darcy says, When darkness steps closer, lean into the light. The strongest of weapons is forged in the flame. Hold your breath and fight through the pain.
All right. So that's a sweet little note, sort of. I mean, it's a nice,
Kind of foreboding.
but it's a nice idea that her mother has left them something.
Sure.
They feel connected. They're feeling increasingly connected to their mother throughout the progression of this book. All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we head to chapter 24?
No.
Okay. Chapter 24 is from Max's POV. So Max continues to be the goat and leads the charge to sense the nymphs in the woods and draw them in for an attack. So basically he is pushing out his power so he can see where they are. They're in the woods. It's dark, whatever. And we also hear from Max that he is still thinking that they are going to challenge the Vegas at the end of all of this as well. So now we've got Darius and Max still believing that they will at the very least challenge, if not sit on the throne. And I thought that was interesting. I was kind of surprised by that from Max.
I just think that we're going to see something so unbelievable from the girls.
That they won't
like
be able
a
to deny
show
it.
of power, a show, like they're going to be able to do something that's so unimaginable that the guys, at the very least, Max, Caleb, and maybe Seth, are going to say, no fucking way. They are meant to be the
Darius
leaders.
is going to be the holdout.
Darius will be the holdout in some way, and I think that has
his fate, which I imagine that we will,
Of
right?
course they will. I do think, though, that him, like, bending the knee will change his fate. I think that's what it will take to save him, basically.
Oh, you think that? Okay.
I think that's what... That's going to be the workaround.
It's an act of selflessness at that point.
Basically, that he is going to change his fate so deeply that this deal with the stars will no longer be valid because he's not... Yeah, I think that's what it's going to take. That's just my guess.
All right. Chapter 25 is from Orion's point of view.
Yeah, so the next few chapters bounce very quickly between the gang here, all while doing this mission.
Correct. It is the last 5 chapters that we're going to cover today are essentially happening all at once.
Right.
Yeah. So Orion, we make it to the temple to close the rift. We know that the shadows, it takes a very strong mind to keep the shadows at bay. Caleb almost slices his wrist open to appease the shadows, but thoughts of Seth bring him back. Orion has a lot of work to do mending this rift, and I am imagining that he's out there with this like big needle and just like sewing it back and forth.
Yeah.
This whole scenario is giving very black card to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
26, we are at Darius's POV.
Yep.
This is in the heat of the battle. Remember, he is with the other heirs and Geraldine, etc., and the girls outside fighting off the nymphs. Darius almost gets got by a nymph, but don't worry. Tory Roxy saves his ass, thank God. And Geraldine is out here being an absolute badass. She is murking him left and right.
Yep.
Chapter 27 is from Caleb's POV.
So we're back inside the temple.
Correct. We are back in the Temple of Doom. Orion is working to sew up the rift, and Cal is holding the fort, aka the door. But again...
Hold door!
Yeah, hold the door. Cal almost succumbs yet again. He starts to destroy the artifacts at the altar. He's like had a fucking enough of these dark things calling to him.
Yep. And it kind of works.
It does. He's like slamming them on the ground. They are breaking, but they are not destroyed.
Well, his fire does break. His fire does destroy some of them.
But it's not as complete as one would assume.
Yep.
The shadows are super mega pissed off.
Yes.
This is where like the hive mind thing comes. They're like,
Master. Yeah.
My precious. Orion gets snagged by the shadows and Cal bites him in order to sever the connection with the shadows.
Which actually was smart.
Super smart.
Super smart, because he doesn't know how to get Lance out.
Right. Then Orion bites Cal back, and we find out that that's how you create a vampire coven. And hey, those things were outlawed to help control the bloodlust.
Because now we're just in this like I'm sucking from you, you're and it's just like this
69.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all I could think about.
Correct.
Right.
The altar is effectively destroyed, and the rift is sewn up. We've solved one problem.
So now they are special friends, special boys.
What is
it? Has broken.
Fraterna.
It is Sangua Fraterna, which they've basically now they have this special connection. Their beef has been totally squashed. There is no dominance for like, oh, I have to be the dominant vampire,
because they are equal.
They're equal, and they're absolute fucking boys. And I'm so excited that we have finally like solved one small problem.
Sure.
Because they were always at each other's throat. I mean, haha. But they were like constantly sniping at each other and like, well, I'm the bigger, badder vampire.
That rift, and don't worry, Seth is going to be a problem now.
Why?
Because now Orion is boys with his mans, and Seth is jealous. Oh, Seth's jealous of their connection.
But it's like such a vamp thing that like you can't.
I'm
I don't
just
know.
telling you what the text says.
Okay.
Seth is jealous.
Okay.
So don't worry. We'll have to make sure that we're friends with Seth. We're besties with Seth too.
Sure. I guess.
All right. Chapter 28 is from Darcy's POV. So we've sewed the rift up and destroyed, that is in air quotes, the temple. But the girls really do need to be going in there and finishing it with their Phoenix fire. That's really what's going to resolve the issue. Yeah, and this is when that curse comes back into play. Lavinia's curse. Remember the one that like, don't worry, Tory. It's fine. My Phoenix flames like really burned through that. It's totally fine. Remember how it was with you in the shadows? This is cool. It's not. Her Phoenix power flickers and then goes out completely mid-flight, and it is not well. Orion does end up saving Darcy, but she is without her power, and they tried to like power share during this flight.
It doesn't work.
It does. Oh, I thought you were. I was like,
oh
yeah,
no, I'm just saying it doesn't go. It's bad.
Doesn't. It like explodes. That is how it is described. So there is an explosion of sorts, and Tory is nowhere to be found. Tory does not make it back with the group. The nymphs are closing in, and Gabriel, they start us essentially back to the burrows, and Gabriel is like, hey, listen, I know Tori's not here, but I've seen it, and anybody who goes back there
will die. This is hilarious. Max says Gabriel's turned evil because he immediately starts to try and lock down Darius and Darcy in a room, and they're like, no, and he's like, no, if you guys leave right now, you're dead.
He's hitting Darius over the head with this like crystal that makes you go to sleep. That's what I'm imagining. He's like, not the mama. Do you know that reference?
No.
That's really sad. All right. So then we head to chapter 29 from Tory's POV. We are post-battle and fall. Tory wakes up in the middle of the woods, and her mom helps her find the way into the nymph tunnels. So she's like hearing a call from her mother.
Hey, remember when that message she got earlier that says you'll find the answers beneath?
Yeah.
Weird.
Here we are. Where she finds a Hydra charm on the ground, which she instinctively knows belongs to her mother, and some weird-ass hieroglyphics depicting the Shadow Princess. It's giving cave dweller. She starts then to see visions of her mom, Marissa. Did we know her name before?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
That her mom wants her to see. We see the wedding day, her parents' wedding day. Did we know her dad's name was Hale?
I didn't know, but I do think it has been mentioned once before.
I was thinking it was like, all hail King Vega.
No, his name is Hale.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So we see Hale Vega slighting the seers for Marissa. So we know that their mom was the most powerful seer to ever do the game here, and their father goes off to her land and comes on like a trade expedition and comes back
with a hot
new bride who then he marries promptly, and there was a collection.
Oh, and she has a kid.
Right.
Let's not forget.
Right.
He comes back with a bride that has a kid already, Gabriel, and she's foreign, and she's not who he was supposed to marry.
Correct.
So he is really upset everybody.
He is.
Yeah.
Things are not well. And then to further that, the collection of seers
that he was
using, which we find out that
Vard.
I was like Vard was a part of, are then slighted because she's better than them. And we see Lionel in that group who like throws an apple at her while she's not looking, and she sees it to like
save the king.
Correct. We see that Vard loses his eye by the hand of hail because Vard burst into the amplifying chamber, and Mommy and Daddy were in a bit of a compromising position, and Vard needed to lose his eye because he saw the queen naked. We see Vard seeking out the Shadow Princess.
It's very Darius. It's a very Darius move.
Sure. Vard seeking out the Shadow Princess and getting a gross-ass shadow eye because he loses his eye from Hale. And then Hale finding and using the Imperial Star in a scepter. I do believe I said scepter.
You did say scepter.
To close the Shadow Gates. So that is the
Rifts.
end.
Rifts.
The Shadow Gates rifts, yes.
But we find out that with Vard's special eye, that he can see shadow stuff.
Well, that he is connected to the shadows. So essentially he can peer into where the shadows are.
Right. So that is important, and we need to get that eye rectified
right, because remember the nymphs do be connected to the shadows.
Right. Well, they couldn't figure out how they kept finding all this stuff out, and it's because of Vard's
connection, if
special eye.
Mad Eye Moody.
Ew. Oh, yes. Mad Eye Moody. Sure. Yep.
I loved Mad Eye Moody's character.
He's a badass. He didn't deserve to die.
All right. Chapter alert, 30. They've had time. You know? So chapter 30, we are at Darcy's POV. Darcy and Darius had been held in captivity, as you mentioned before, because they couldn't be trusted not to run off and interfere trying to find Tory, because then they too would die. Darcy is acting hella weird again. And she confirms that she's cursed. Is she losing her power? Who knows? Will that make her mortal? Who knows? Tory then returns. Huzzah! She finds her way back from her little side quest here. And Orion and Darcy jet to the Library of the Lost.
This is fucking sick.
This is really cool.
This is sick, bro.
It is giving, what is it in Game of Thrones where the maesters are?
Oh, yeah, small town.
Yeah, it's giving, yes.
Yeah, yes. It's giving the maesters. Yeah.
So they are going to research the curse and the gems of Larium.
Nailed it.
Sure. AKA the Infinity Stones. And guess what? We get 2 more special appearances.
We sure
Lady is there working.
Uh-huh.
And so is Eugene.
Now, how the hell Eugene got there is not... I'm not quite following, but you know what? I'm happy he's here.
I'm happy he's here because I like Eugene.
And now we've got 3 researchers on the team that are going to start finding some shit for us.
We find out that Eugene's like passion project is researching stuff like this. So this is really, really, really calling into his strengths. All right, page 485. If you will turn to the text, we find some information out about the nymphs. In here, I'm going to read the first little chunk here. The scholar Hanson Edgelight hypothesized that the nymphs once lived in harmony with the Fae. Although he was widely mocked for the opinions he held, and many of his theories were disproved, this one held a ring of truth to it. It has long been known that there was a time when nymphs and Fae did not collide in the way they do now. However, many of the texts from these times have since been lost. Edgelight claimed that he had found evidence of a village of nymphs hidden in the cloud forest of Serendipity who were living independent of Fae society. He claimed he had visited this village but would not give out its location for fear of the Celestial Council moving to attack the nymphs who resided there. So this plays into, can we coexist with the nymphs? Are they all bad, inherently bad, etc.?
Yeah.
So just a callback to what we discussed earlier. I think that is important because we're going to be looking for this serendipity, I fear. They have we find out they have a whole special Phoenix section, if I could speak. And there is a goblet of eternal flames. Goblet of
Guys,
fire.
do I even need to say it?
I said
Hogwarts alert.
Way too much. Way too
heavy-handed. Way too heavy. As if the Burrows was not enough.
We do have a little bit of levity at the end of this chapter.
Yes.
Because Lance and Darcy do be fucking in the library.
In the library, we have a really nice scene, and they get a fucking break for 5 minutes.
Yes.
I also thought that we were going to be at the library for quite some time.
And
we're in and out, and we get what we need, and we're out. But I do think that the researchers there, Eugene, Lainey, and the third person whose name I don't remember, we'll see them again, I think.
100%. The other thing that I would like to take note of, when we first started talking about the Stardust, it was like, this is very rare. This is like,
well, we
are just using it like.
Well, it's now being mentioned that like we're having to use the Stardust very sparingly because it is running out. So I do think that is.
But
I think you're right. I think that's important.
We for a while now have been using it a bit willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
Any thoughts?
We just have so many irons in the fire right now. There is just a lot out there. We've got the Infinity Stones. We've got the potion we need to make. We've got Darius with a timeline. Because at this point,
12 families.
More time has now passed.
Correct.
And again, I've read ahead a little bit, but like we get a check-in here pretty soon that they've been at the Burrows for like damn near 6 months.
Yeah.
So
Darius's time is
we
quick
are
and fast.
really clocking through this time.
Yeah.
And again, the only person that knows now is Gabriel. And how is it that Lance, of all people, have not really pushed Darius about how the fuck did you do this? Because this should not have been possible. He's too smart.
I almost feel like Lance isn't asking the questions because he doesn't want to know the answer.
Yes. I think you're probably right.
We're not getting that insight from him. He's not telling us that, but I
do think you are probably right.
He is perhaps operating under the guise that whatever it is that he's done is bad, and so he needs to try and solve some other problems, and perhaps one will solve the other.
Sure. We have got to get this power shaming thing resolved. That is really chapping my ass. I'm about ready for that to be over with. What's really irking me about the power shaming thing, though, he has done nothing but help Team Good Guy. And it's really bothering me that
He's the only one that's bent the knee.
Hamish and Geraldine specifically, they can't get over it. What are you guys talking?
Geraldine more than her dad.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
She's talking about having to look over his shoulder. Lead by example, y'all. He has done nothing but help you and help your team. And I think it's really fucked that they aren't the ones that are in the Burrows going, hey guys, I think we really need to get over this. I think we really need to be better. And like this power shaming thing has gone too far.
I just don't know that that's how it works.
Well, obviously.
Right. I don't know that it's like a choice. The way it's described is it's like, it's a very physical reaction.
Oh, I thought they all said it was like a cultural thing. It's not physical. It's cultural.
Well, Hamish is like puking every time he sees
right, because he's a drama king. I mean,
but
hello.
I mean, I think that there is more to it than it's just like you're power shamed and you're, So you
think that the mating bond is going to make all those people not have that reaction anymore?
Yes.
Like that will just be like, and it's over.
Everything.
I mean, I think so too. But like, see, and I think it's more of like they're being a little over the dramatic. And there's a scene coming up soon with someone else that indicates that they're just kind of putting this on a little bit because this person is like, it's whatever.
It's like fine.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm over that. I'm over that. And again, I've read ahead a little bit, but there's something else coming up that I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Okay, well, I think we have much to resolve. I don't know that we'll get any resolution in the back half of this book because it does feel like we have still quite a few pages to go. If you have made it this far in today's episode, why don't you go ahead and drop
Vampire Fangs.
Oh, the vampire fangs. Okay.
Yep.
The vampire fangs in the chat below. Per the usual, you can find us across all social platforms at The Story Is Pod on Apple Music, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts rather, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can follow Katie on her personal page at
That's Katie Mitchell.
And you can follow me on my personal page at 8ace8. We would love it if you like and subscribe. If you enjoy watching us or listening to us, please share it with a friend. We cannot wait to finish book 7.
And we will be back with more details on book 8 and 8.5. We have been hearing the rumblings that it should be tandem read. I don't think that we've made a decision on that, but we will have an update for you in the coming days on what the plan for that will be.
Yes. And on that note,
Go read your book.